Okay, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I am absolutely enjoying my day. So it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So I want to, where's Waldo? Thank you for the lemons and ice cream. It is, for those that want to know the temperature. So current temperature it is a beautiful 66 degrees or just about 20 C. So got lovely orange, but we got a lot of leaves. Maple tree is becoming bare, but great leaves I'll be able to collect and use for future projects and such. So we're going a little early today. Me and my little sister have to go. We're gonna go some wildcrafting. We're gonna go some scavenging down at the New River, hopefully for some persimmons. We went scavenging 2 days ago for some pawpaws and found a couple down at one of my spots where I know some pawpaws. So today, because the weather is just so lovely and it's just such a great day, we're going to, as soon as she gets off work, because she's here for a little while, we're going to go check out and see if we can find some persimmons. Let's say hi to Miss Sylvia since she's out enjoying the beautiful day. Right, Miss Sylvia? Yeah. Miss Sylvia. We'll say hi to everyone. Okay. So folks, thanks for jumping in. So today we're going to talk a little bit about, I don't know what we're really going to talk about. One of the things I if you look at the title today, it says the last day of 44. The reason for that is tomorrow I turned 45, so I couldn't think of any other, well, I mean, look at the ceiling there. I could not think of any other good title for today. It's not a title. It's not one of those fast title thinking days for me today. So I was just, what could I come up with? What's kind of a silly, fun thing to talk about? And so I guess we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to talk about reflection. We're going to reflect on the past. We're going to talk about, and maybe just some, reflection wisdom, especially for any of you young bucks out there or young guys out there realizing numbers, especially after your 20s, numbers move by fast, but that doesn't mean that you have to let it slow you down. So just throw that on the ground. I think it's important to keep up and keep your health and your body functioning to the best of your abilities. Always. And what that means is eat well. In their 20s, I was notorious of this as well. In your 20s, you just think you can eat everything. And you just go and eat everything. You're like, I don't need to exercise. I don't need to do this kind of stuff. I'm young and powerful and all that. And now I moved down here when I was 25. So I'm working on 19 years living in southern West Virginia, 19 years being a farmer. Because I can't, even though I raised animals up in the suburbs, I can't really say I was a farmer. I was kind of more of a suburb kids working at the zoo. So lessons that I've learned, advice that I can give you guys out there that could be useful is probably some of the most useful advice. Some of the most useful advice that I can give you is if you're used to doing a particular movement. So I was a classically trained ballerina. I also was really big in yoga at the time. And so like there was moves that there was positions and shit that I could get my body to do that my body still thinks it can do. But then when I try to do it, it's like, nope, you can't do that anymore. You need to get back into. And so when you forget, when you don't practice those moves, it takes a little bit to get your body back into doing them. So keep that in mind. If you used to picking up heavy weights, or used to moving your body in weird angles, or you're used to doing something, those are repetitive actions that you need to keep doing repetitively, and you need to not slack at for 20 some years and then think that you can do it again. Now, don't get me wrong, I can still do things like cartwheels. I can still go across monkey bars, because there's some actions that I absolutely did not slow down or slack at. But there is some of that ones out there, that some of the yoga poses that I used to be really good at doing, or some of the ballet positions, my body's just not there. But it will be. That's the other thing that you have to remember, is just because you're old, or you're getting old, or you don't feel a particular way, it took you time to get back into this body that you're in. So also go and take your time and recreate it. What's spectacular about the human body, and it's probably all bodies in general, probably animals as well, but what's so spectacular is the fact that it has the ability to repair and fix most of the issues that's wrong with it. So you just have to give it the right tools, you have to give it the right time, and you have to do the right things. For me, that is making sure I get enough sleep. That is remembering to drink water. I used to be so good, so spectacular at making sure that I drank enough water, and I kind of slacked at it. And I wasn't as good as drinking water as I needed to be. So one of the things that I will need to get back in doing, and I've been doing that a little over time, getting back into water. Oh, also guys, tomorrow, so the video will probably be up on Rumble and YouTube tomorrow and such like that. But I got the rat hormone stuff. It came in the mail yesterday. I will be unboxing it and opening it up and setting it up, and we will go through. I'll do a video instead of a live stream. I'm going to do a video so that I can do cut edits and really talk about why I'm putting it where we're putting it, so I can do an honest, true review of it, because that's really what I want to do. Is I want to make sure. I put you here. Is the sun going to blind you guys to the point where you can't see me? No, it's not. So what I want to do is with the rat hormone and such, I just want to be honest about it. I want to see if it works. Because with the homesteading and the gardening folks, we all need good alternatives, and I'm hoping that this alternative works. We will see. I don't know if it will, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it will. So that is so we will see. I'll give you guys once I open it and we go through it, we'll talk about it. We'll do probably a weekly review of it, because if it doesn't work, so it was, I got about 3 months worth of the stuff that I need, and for 3 months worth of the stuff is about $200. So It's not a huge expense, but also, you know, if you're like me and, you know, on a very tight, well-managed budget, it's a lot of extra planning for stuff I wasn't expecting. So we will, so want to make sure that it's worth it and all that. By the way, guys, I am working on trying to build up the Mavis Institute website. So if you make sure you visit, it's Mavis Pharmacy with an F.com. Check that out. But if you guys could do me a favor, if you're on Instagram or you have any friends on Instagram, if you could tell them to, if they're interested in this kind of stuff, tell them about my Instagram. It's xdrfirefly37. Because I am working on, I want to start expanding and doing more teaching and doing more online classes. And Instagram seems to be a way to be able to attract people to, well, okay, just people are using Instagram now instead of Google. It's the weirdest thing. So it's just something, Instagram took my last Instagram because they didn't like that I was super straight. So, but instead of being angry at them, I need to utilize the tools that they have to offer. So anyways, if anybody, that would be awesome. You don't have to. Don't sign up for Instagram just for that. But if you know some people or you have some, I want to try to keep farming relevant, gardening, herbalism type things on there, and talk about being a gentleman farmer and all that kind of good stuff. So that's kind of the plan with that. So a new concept, new something I want to try. All these people on the internet figure out ways to make money with teaching, and I've been teaching for years and not really, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those tough things. I want as many people to know how to do all this kind of stuff and find out that right balance of teaching as many people as I can. So it's a weird balance in there, but we will see. Get all these guys water. I'm going to come back and give these guys some food because they're going to need a little bit of food. Anyways, let's see. What else can we talk about today? So, actually, the persimmons is what I'm really excited to talk about. I don't know if you guys have ever had persimmons. Persimmons are a spectacular little sugary snack. They smell great. They're really sweet. They're super tasty, and I'm very excited. I hope when we were at Sandstone Falls earlier this year, I found some really nice persimmon trees that had some nice blooms. Actually, they had already started having fruits on them, and so I'm hoping, based off of my estimated guess on when they should be ripening, I'm hoping I'm fairly correct. So on how well the persimmons are there, and so we will see. And if not, it's just really fun to go to Sandstone Falls. It's one of my, it's an enjoyable part. It's one of the enjoyable parks that I have around here that I think is worth most people visiting, because you're on the New River and you get to see waterfalls. And who doesn't want to see waterfalls? And who doesn't want to, I mean, maybe you don't like waterfalls. You know, one of those weird people like, I don't really like waterfalls, Doc. They're just too watery for me. Maybe, yeah. You know, can't please everyone. So, let's see. Let's get the grass and get the bunnies fed. So, Yes, you're right, Illister. The New River is absolutely one of the oldest, I think it is the oldest river in the United States. It is a spectacular river. For those that might be wondering, why is it called the New River if it's so old, Doc? Well, there's lots of folklore on why and how the New River got its name. One of the biggest stories on how it possibly got its name, well, I know I told you that, and it still is. It is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, in the entire United States. But if one of how it got its name is during Native Americans, when they would pass through and they would cross the river was always changing. And so unlike other rivers that you would cross and you could get you could guess like, okay, you know, we need to pass at this particular time, or this is a really good place to pass because, you know, there's a lot of rocks here. The river is ever changing. The river is ever changing. And so what could have been a great place to pass last time you saw the river, those rocks may not be there anymore, or there may not, the water may be deeper or more rapidy. And so it was always an ever-changing river, so it was dangerous. So people didn't know what to expect. And so it got the name New River. Another folklore reason on why it was called the New River is because when they were making maps, when they were creating maps and such, it was a river that didn't have a name. And we had a lot of names, like, you know, the Mississippi River. They knew it wasn't part of the Mississippi River. They knew it wasn't part of the Delaware. They knew it wasn't part of the other major rivers that passed through. So they had to think of, so on a lot of maps, they didn't know what to call it because, you know, they didn't want to call things wrong. So they just put a new river on the map. And over time, everybody just got used to seeing it say New River on a map. And so the name kind of stuck. And so those are two of the folklore stories about why the New River is called the New River. So that will be a really good, I think I'm going to do that. I think my next podcast, which is a Flat Top Fables, for those that are interested in podcasting and that, you can find it on most of your favorite podcasting sites. I think I will break down all of the folklore stories, and I will include that in my next podcast. I usually do about 10-15 minute podcast talking about cool stuff in Appalachia and dealing with flat top. So I think that'll be that'll be next week's podcast. So hi, bunnies. See, very productive already. Yeah, that was funny. So if you want to know the story behind that, we were down at the New River. Illister was here. We were down at the New River, and there were some dudes catching fish at the New River. And the one dude is a lawyer, and he had some interesting catchphrase, and I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's like if when you're in a pincher, contact flincher or something like that. It was pretty funny. I have to give him props for having a funny trying to be catchy name. But yeah, we were down there. But again, this is West Virginia, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to the South or some of the really like country towns. Is people are just awesome. When you're in a pincher, called tincher. There you go. Of course, he would remember it. So. Give these guys the grass so I don't forget. Okay, now we just need to give everybody water and we will be good to go. So anyways, very excited about going in down there and doing that in a little bit. So but yeah, like, let's just spin this camera around for a second. Of a lovely day it is. So not a cloud nor chemtrail in the sky. Very, it's past peak. We're past the peak leaf changes, but still very lovely kind of orangey colors. I want to show you after I get this water, I do want to show you I do want to peek over and show you guys some really cool leaves, because one of my young oak trees is making some of the most prettiest leaves I've ever seen. So we're gonna go check those out in just a minute. I need to make sure everybody gets water. So yeah, it rains here fairly often. Just you know, not on most days. Amount that it should in North America. So, you know, exactly proper amount. I mean, it's one of the best places to live in North America. One of the best places to live in the world, really. You get 4 seasons. There's not a lot of people. You can grow your own food. You live in the mountains. No one's going to blow you up because they're never going to make it here. Yeah, and we've got a lot of scary stories, like, you know, the hills have eyes and U-turn and deliverance to scare people away. Because if you're, one of those people that's just not used to things being a little backwards or different, you're going to be scared away. And, so you don't got to worry about the crazies here either. Don't got to worry about joggers. So, I don't know why you'd live in a city. Unless you were like given land and someone said, here's a free house in the city. Maybe then I'd maybe understand why you want to live in the city. Because free house is pretty nice. I guess if you really like convenient stuff, you want to pay for other people to do things for you, I guess maybe. I don't know. Pretend that you're, I don't know, a lazy king. And maybe in that scenario, you might want to live in a city. And it's not just West Virginia. It's Appalachia. So Appalachia is pretty amazing. There's probably other places in the United States that are pretty amazing too. I just have not visited them. But the places I have visited, this is one of them. And definitely a awesome place to be. And if you're awesome, you should move here. And if you're not, you should stay where you are, because I don't want you to bring your not awesome anywhere here. I've got enough of people that don't bring awesome around. So and we have guns. Forgot about that. Lots of fun guns. Even though I don't like kill things, I like guns. I think guns are fun. And Johnny Law never shows up. The revenuers are hardly ever around. So just kind of left alone to do your own thing, being your own person. Now that being said, though, there is levels of responsibility. I want you guys to understand, some of you city folk that might end up moving out to the country, which is probably not most of you. If you guys have been following me long enough, you guys know that I'm not talking to most of you, but I had some people that it is, you can't just call Uber and have everything you want delivered to your door within 15 seconds. Then again, you don't have a lot of the people either. So give and take, trade. Wonderful, wonderful trade-offs. Okay, so got both of the waters here. Let me get the water cup so I can give everybody water, and then we can go check out that tree because I really want to show you this really cool, colorful oak tree. The leaves are absolutely spectacular. Even when I'm not wearing my red glasses, the leaves are still very, very spectacular. Also, fall, best time to be wearing red glasses for those that don't wear red glasses. Best times in the fall. Colors, that little extra red in there just makes the extra colors just pop. So some of you might be wondering, Doc, why do you wear red glasses? I think you told me before. So red glasses keep you calm. They get your body to produce more melatonin. If you want to be energized, then you don't wear them during the day. You want to wear like blue or green glasses during the day to energize you, to get all of that good light in there, to get your body telling you that it's morning. But if you kind of want to be chill, keep your mind chill, the red glasses are what you're looking for, because they give your idea that it's always evening. So I wear them because it helps mellow out my moods. Because out of all of the things that I'm awesome at doing and trying to think, it's that sometimes I get a little too, my mood swings. I'm not going to say mood swings because they're not really swings. I just, I get too passionate about things, and it's not always helpful. It's sometimes more helpful to just kind of be cool, calm, and collective. So, and my family is absolutely really good at pushing my buttons to keep me not cool, calm, and collective. And if I can, so the idea is if I can stay chill around my family, then I can pretty much stay chill in most scenarios. And those that see these streams probably don't understand that, like, I can be passionate, and like passionate to the point where it's not like I'm not actually helping the scenario. You know, it's kind of like that lefties passion, you know, you get angry at stuff, you know, angry at the people and yelling at them, and you know, all that stuff. I can be, it's easy for me to be that passionate about stuff. Way too easy for me to be passionate about that stuff. So yeah, red glasses. Thank you for the lemons, Illister. I mean, it might be free candy. It might be free candy. Okay, water. We are watered up in here. So let's give a little bit more to the ground ducks. Oh, by the way, Illister, if you're still watching, I'm getting the back wire. Finally got the wire for the back part of the cage. So we are moving forward. The cage here that we were finishing up, the cage that we were finishing up here in the barn is very close to almost being ready, which I'm excited about. We had some issues. I was really working on it, and I had some issues with making the flooring wasn't going to work the way it needed to work, and so I had to completely rethink how we were doing the flooring. So let me show you guys. So I got the walls insulated up in place. I got the back wall. I got the side walls wired. The back walls are wired. I got the tarp up functioning on the ceiling the way it was supposed to, and I haven't got this piece of wood yet done. I haven't got this piece, but I took this other piece, and this is a piece of laminate flooring that I stapled on it, so this will make it really easy to clean. So this lower cage, as soon as I get, all I need to do is get, I don't know where Lisa wants the doors at yet, so as soon as Lisa gets back, we'll be able to easily construct the doors. What we might end up doing is I might just have 2 doors here, 1 door here, and 1 door here. Let me step back so you guys can see exactly the project that me and Illuster worked on. So there'll be a door there, a little door there, and a big door there. And so it is it should be done very soon. Honestly, I would probably have it done by now if Lisa was here to make sure that I did everything right, because me and Illuster did the hard work. I should say Illuster did the hard work by building that, cutting it, measuring it, making everything square. And it's a lot more square. I'm just not standing square right now, and I've got the gimbal. So the reason it doesn't look square, but it's actually, we did a good job of making it work. So that will be finished soon, and be excited about, those guys will be excited about getting to go in there for the winter. Yeah, Jake, just a little bit. Okay. Brother has a bat in his room, and he does not like bats. So I will have to go catch his bat and remove the bat. Yeah, Illuster, it's always about, you gotta measure once, cut twice. The most important thing's done up here is me and Illuster got that roof. We fixed the roof because I was having some collapse problems on the roof. We got that handled. The most important project of all was handled, is so that my barn stays in good. So, okay, so as I promised, let's go walk and check out that the oak tree with the really awesome leaves. Oh, so you guys want to see what robbing of a beehive looks like? My bees are they're probably robbing out this one. I don't know exactly what's going on here. I'm just kind of letting them do their thing right now. Okay, so let's go back here to where the boneyard is, which the boneyard is starting to look very, very nice. You can't quite tell here, but that is the boneyard area back there, getting everything organized, got most of the trash out, and then make it so things are easily found. Might be wondering, what is a boneyard? A boneyard is a location where you have what most people would call junk, but what on a farm you call useful items that just don't have a purpose just yet. So this is the tree, man. Look at this oak tree. Look at these leaves, man. They are just magnificent. Magnificent colors. Still got some of the green. You've got the reds. So the fact that there's still a lot of red in here, if you guys notice, these leaves they're still holding on very well. Red is not super efficient at collecting the sun energy. They're not the best type of solar panels, but they're still pretty good. And so this tree has decided that it still wants to collect some sunlight. And so, we've got this guy's got a little bit of green and red in him. And this guy's like, he's all red. So, but this little oak tree right here, this little guy that's been growing every year that I've been here. I didn't plant him, but I remember when he sprouted, when the acorn sprouted. So the first year I was here. So just a lovely, lovely, lovely red oak. In the red oak family, I should say. Well, let's walk out to the field, and then we'll do the little cycle around like that so you guys can see. I'll show you my black walnut collection. That's been doing pretty good. So I have 2. I've collected 2. So here is a black walnut sitting on the ground. So oh, hold on. So where's Waldo? Let me show you. Let me show you my boneyard so that I think men, I guess women too, but more men need to understand it is okay to have junk piles in your yard as long as they're organized-ish. So here's my junk here. So here's my boneyard. So we got some crates, got an old tarp that you might need to use. We've got buckets that not really good for too much. We've got metal poles under here. We got like chunks of metal that can be used for a future project. We got an old sink. People are like, well, why do you need an old sink? You'd be surprised, old sinks are really good for like watering troughs or feeding troughs, or if you just need to make something to hold some water temporarily. Good. Hoses. Old hoses are great if you're gonna have gardens, because if they've already got holes in it and you don't got to cut holes in it, and you already got like one of those like watering hoses that are really good. Old fish aquariums, because you never know, like you need to throw a fish aquarium over because a frost is coming in the spring and you've got a plant that you don't want to get frosted. Metal wiring, because you just don't know when you need to block something off temporarily, like your bunnies are getting there and eating something, and so you just need to build some of that. Old poles from projects that you messed up on, super useful. You never know when you need to like run a pole in the ground, and you don't really want to go out and spend a lot of money or time on it, so you just get old poles. People throwing away old things for fireplaces, you know, never know you need some insulated. Not sure what you could use old lawn chairs for, but they're back here because you just need old lawn chairs. Buckets, tools, that kind of stuff. So, you know, important stuff. So you got a sink too. See, it's just one of those things. You got to have a sink in your boneyard. You just don't know. You might need a sink. And there's other stuff under the tarp. I wasn't going to pull up the tarp to show you some of the other stuff. There's other stuff over the tarp. And my boneyard isn't even completely like organized yet. It's just starting on the way. So let's go back to the black walnuts. Back to the black walnuts we're talking about. So here is what I've collected so far. This is the black walnuts. It makes really good dye. It makes really good antifungal. It's also, black walnuts are kind of tasty. And so it's a tasty fruit. So here's a duck skull. So because I don't bury my animals. For those that don't know that trick, I don't bury my animals. I have spots. I have what we call sacred spots where I put the animals when they die and let some of the wildlife eat them. Also, this is my new makeshift gate for the back path. So you can see the black walnut tree has since lost all of its leaves, or most of them. So, like I said, beautiful, wonderful, spectacular day here on the mountain. I don't know if I could ask for a better fall day. Now, we've had 3 of them this year, which is spectacular. I love it. Very excited when you have multiple wonderful days. Still got some color. See, a little bit of color, vibrant color right there. Right there, the purple. Next year, the hayfield should be cut, and the part that's not going to be cut will turn into a wildflower garden. I actually do not have a lot of Osat orange. Actually, that is something that I am trying to actually source. I'm trying to find some Osat oranges around because I actually really like them, and I don't have any. And I have searched this property. I've searched all 33 acres and have never found one here. So one of those things I need to add to my collection here. One of my favorite trees to have. It has it's just a cool tree that has these like giant baseballs that hang from it. which are just fun. But yes, I should have them here. I'm well within their range, and based off of a lot of information, I should, but they're not. So and then we'll just peek over here for those that didn't know about the cemetery in the yard, because some people don't realize that I have a cemetery in the middle of my hayfield. Yeah, they do absolutely always come back. They are a super hardy. What's cool is they were food for the woolly mammoth and some of the larger animals that no longer exist. So the tree has a tough time of propagating through its seeds and through its terrain, because the main purpose, just like pawpaws, its main purpose was large megafauna was supposed to be eating them. And now those large megafauna are gone. And so the tree does not have the same types of ways it evolved to distribute its seeds. So there's a couple, there's some clouds. We got some clouds today. So some clouds. So enjoy the clouds, they're fun. The wispy clouds. So we're gonna start heading back to the house on this little bit of the walk, but well, thank you guys for joining today. It was fun. Got everything done. Soon, once the weather makes it so I'm inside a little bit more in the evenings. I'm not sure what day of the week. I'm going to try Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's going to be my first attempt to try. But we are going to go back to Midnight in the Garden with Doc. And we're going to start talking about low technology solutions. So we're going to start figuring out ways. We're going to start figuring out different ways to solve some of the issues that some of us may have that are just with cheap, low technology. And I've got some sources, I got some videos that we're going to watch. We're going to talk about some stuff together. So we're going to start making plans. I'm going to have you guys make some plans too on your end. And for those that want to join the Discord, which is discord.gg/xdrfirefly, we have a section on there where you can start showing off the projects that you're making, and we can share, and you can get feedback from other folks on getting things done and accomplished and all that fun stuff. So that is the future plan for this fall. So if crazy things are popping off, we might do some live streams or some, watching the silliness pop off. And I actually do enjoy doing those kind of streams as well. We might do that, but if nothing crazy pops off, we're just gonna in the evenings we'll do Midnight in the Garden with Doc and just talk about farming and gardening and all that wonderful stuff. So again, guys, thanks for following. If you guys want to watch the replay of this, so I've got two channels, X Dr. Firefly on YouTube, and it's X Dr. Firefly on Rumble as well. If you want to see my Instagram stuff and help me out with that, it's X Dr. Firefly 37, because Instagram stole my first Instagram account. But if you guys want to follow me on there, that would be awesome. Other than that, just hanging out with me here is awesome. I've already shilled about everything else that I possibly do. So I just, when we winterize the bees, we'll do an episode here on the finish of the Be Aware series. We'll winterize the bees and cross our fingers and hope that I have bees next year. If not, we'll go through the process of buying bees again, and I'll show you guys how to install bees that you buy. All that wonderful stuff. Well, anyways, friends, the low-key, slower day. I want to thank all you guys for joining, following along. Everyone that that donated some lemons and such. Illister, and where's Waldo? And I believe there was somebody else. I'm sorry, I forget. But thank you guys all for all of that. Absolutely appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you guys all maybe tomorrow. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I know I absolutely certainly will. And until tomorrow, adios.